Good day, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Um, Today is Monday morning, as you can see. So it's a fresh week start. So I decide to just drop my weekly forecast analysis on gold, so you can take advantage of it. And if you like the video, you subscribe, follow, share, so that I'll keep on dropping uh more content like this, and share your comment and your thoughts on this. So I'll keep on. I will drop an analysis on gold, what I'm looking for on gold, so you can capitalize on it for this week. So this week on gold, I am projecting for buys. So don't look at anything on gold. Just focus on more of buys. Except if any news comes out and the direction change. But for now, just focus on buys. So that is it. I will be dropping other analysis on some pairs again, but not in this video. This video is just a top-down analysis on gold, and I'm using my phone. If you watch my previous video, I've told you I'm using my phone. So without your system, it's not an excuse for you not to trade or start soon. So regardless whether you have phone or not, we just have to keep on. We have laptop or not, we have to just keep on trying our best till the day we are able to acquire more and more gadget and makes it easier. So support the channel. Thank you.
We start from the weekly time frame. Here we don't do much. We just look for weekly overall trend. The higher time frame, draw on liquidity, candlestick formation, and how the previous candle close. So this is what we are looking for on the daily time frame. So you can see from the trend on the daily time frame, you can see that it is what bullish. Price is making higher highs and higher lows. So at this point, price is in an uptrend. So that is the trend. We know the trend is bullish. So the next thing we do is what we said. We check what the draw on the liquidity. So where is the draw on the liquidity? You can see this high is now where we are targeting for this week. For this week, so you can see this is the high we are targeting. Sorry, I'm using my phone, so it will not be as perfect as laptop. So this is our now draw on liquidity. Remember, this high has already been taken out. This high has already been taken out. So the next draw on liquidity on the weekly is here. So what is the next thing? The third thing we said, what we want to check how the candles are forming. So you can see this candle. You can see it has been in a consolidation here. So I think we are about to start breaking to the upside on gold. So you can see for 2 weeks what happened after this bearish engulfing candle here. The next candle, it has a longer wick and a full body close. You see why? And I told you each time you see this candle formation with longer wick to the downside and full body close like this, and the wick below is more than that above, and it closed green to the direction you want, this is a sign of what? Reversal. So you can see the next candle also printed the wick down, a full body close with little or no wick above. This shows a very aggressive bullish week last week. So and we were seeing gold buying throughout last week. So now coming to this week, now what do we see? We expect price to what? Continue going up to sweep these entire highs. So that is that for the what? Weekly time frame. So now we go towards the daily time frame. We go to the daily time frame. So here on the daily time frame, so what do? We start looking at what is going on in the market, the structure also. Now you can see on the daily time frame, you can see this high have been taken on the daily time frame. This high have been taken here. Now, so what again? We are now coming to the next high here. So now look at what happened. Look at what happened. Price made a build up here of liquidity here. You can see price swept this liquidity here, this ascending trend line on the daily time frame. You see, so you can either mark it like this or you can just leave it like this. A liquidity, this is the last low, price swept. Then after price swept this low, what happened? Price swept this low, price made an impulse up, come back here and tested this demand zone again before pushing. So you can see we are now joining all the dots. So you can see this supply zone led to what? That push up. So now what do we see? We now notice that liquidity has been taken. Then there's an inducement here, price pushed up, there's a fair value gap here which was filled, and before price start going up, there is this internal liquidity here. You can see this low here was taken out, then price pushed up. So now what are we saying? We are still seeing a bullish market on the daily time frame. it's still bullish. So what do we do now? Again, we go to the 4-hour time frame to look for more. Now let's go to the 4-hour time frame now you can see on the 4-hour time frame, what do we see? You can see this is the high that price took here, and this is what our target draw on liquidity on the weekly time frame. So you can see how price was moving. Price was very bullish. Price has been very bullish. You can see making highs and lows, highs and lows, highs and lows, going up here. So what do we see now? Let's analyze what happened. Now, what were you seeing at this before price goes start going down? What do we see? Price came here. Price swept this high here on the 4-hour. After sweeping this high, price give what? A break of structure here. Price give a break of structure here. Then after that, what happened? Price came here to this imbalance, respected this imbalance. Do you see how price is moving? You see? So once price came here, it broke down, came here, formed liquidity. You can see high here, and an imbalance is here. Can you see again? So what happened? Price created another liquidity here, high. So price took out this high and broke down, give us another break of structure. Now this is now confirming to us that okay, price is about to start what? Going down. So now what do we see? What do we see? We have this break here, and what happened? A build up. Price came here, you can see. Price came here, swept this low again, created a build up, swept this high again. Price swept this high again. Now and price started going down again. So now what is happening? Price respected this supply zone here and broke down again. Price created a supply after sweeping this high. Price created a supply again here, and it respected it again. So this is now showing us what price is selling. Price is selling on the 4-hour. So you can see. So there's no reason why you should be buying. Price was selling. Then around this point here, what happened? We have this. This was the supply that led to this break of structure here. You can see this break of structure here. So now what happened? We have this internal range, this internal structure here. Price came here, did not break structure here. This is now the break of structure. So now here becomes what? A liquidity for price. An internal what? Liquidity for price. So sorry, I'm using my phone. It is possible, but it is not easy using phone. So you can see. So if you watch my previous video, you know why I'm using phone. So you can see price came here, swept this high, respected the supply and dropped down. You can see. So now from here, immediately after price dropped down here, it did not go lower than this low. Price did not come lower than this, and price broke up here. You see, we have our first break of structure here on the 4-hour time frame. So this is our first break of structure. You see, but before price broke structure, it did the same thing, swept this what? Liquidity here, down here, and respected what? These, there's an imbalance here, this supply here. You can see up to this supply, this imbalance stroke supply demand zone here, demand zone here. So you can see from here what happened. Price came here, respected the supply, dropped down, created a liquidity, because after price the trade did not break this high. So here becomes what? A liquidity for price. Price came down, swept the liquidity, and look at the aggressive push. Price broke structure. So from here, we now know that the structure is now bullish, and that is why you see all those candles throughout last week became what? Bullish. Now, so from here, price started what? Making higher highs, higher lows, respecting all the supply zone. So based on the 4-hour time frame, we can now say that okay, on the weekly, this is our draw on liquidity. On the daily, we've broke this high. We are also bullish on the daily. We are impulsive on the daily. Then on the 4-hour, what do we see? You can see making high lows. So now this is now our what? Our trend, our intraday trend is now bullish. So everything you are doing throughout this week, you are just buying gold. You don't sell, you just buy gold. Buy. So now you see, now what do we see? An impulse, we see a retracement and continuation. So now let's go to our intraday time frame where I will be looking to take my trade. So let's go and see. We are going to the 1-hour time frame. So now on the 1-hour time frame, what do we see? We saw this high was broken. This high was broken, but before the break of the high, what did we see? An inducement. You can see we saw an what? Inducement. Price swept this low before breaking the highs. So after that, price created this demand zone. So we are expecting price now. We are expecting price to come to this demand zone, then we continue buying. That is it. So now for more clarity, we can go to 30 minutes. On the 30 minutes now, what do we see on the 30 minutes? You can see the same structure on the 15 and on the 1 hour, so they don't have much difference. So now we go to the 15 minutes. Now what is happening in the 15 minutes? Perfect. So this is the 15-minute time frame now. So what did we see? We saw price creating what? ascending liquidity here. You see, an ascending liquidity. You see, this is a high here. Price is going. So I told you that price is bullish. So you can see during the Asian session, price broke out and price is making what some correction. And this is now the London session, and you can see price is about to break this high and continue going high. So what are we doing? We are not going to buy here now. We are going to wait for price to retrace back to these. We are going to wait for price to retrace back here to these demand zone here, or this imbalance here. We're waiting for price to come to this zone here where it broke out, then we'll look to buy up. So all this point we see here on the 15-minute is just a liquidity for us. So price can continue going up, price can break. You see, price is about to break this high. So price breaking this high does not mean that we are just going to start buying. No, we are going to wait for price, the New York section to come. Price will create, if price breaks this high, it will create another liquidity here. Wait for price to come and sweep it, then it breaks. That is when we are going to buy. So that is it. That is how to do your top-down analysis. So this is what we are looking for today on Monday. If we do not see, then we will see tomorrow how it will go. But for now, we are looking for buys on gold. All right. So if you like this breakdown, so comment and follow, subscribe, and let's keep going.
So that is that for the analysis. So I hope you love it, you like it, you gain value from it. So let's see how it plays. Thank you so much.